Fala galera, seja bem-vindo a RexGames, aqui quem fala com vocês é o Rex. Galera, Inside Xbox, infelizmente eu não consegui fazer transmissão, a internet aqui não deixou de jeito nenhum. Tentei mais de 20 vezes, por conta desse problema da pandemia, minha internet tem oscilado demais, então peço perdão. Eu vou gravar aqui minha reação, a gente assistindo junto ao Inside Xbox, que eu tô bem ansioso, e eu coloco no canal, beleza? Bom, vambora lá, chega de conversa. Opa, classificação 18 anos já, hein? É a classificação do Inside, no caso, né, velho?
Hey everyone, this is Aaron Greenberg from Team Xbox. I'm excited to be coming to you here live from my kitchen. I'm drinking non-stop drinks out of the world's fastest, most powerful fridge. We're moments away from a huge Inside Xbox.
Que da hora, velho.
First, I want to let you know, a lot of people have been wondering, what are we doing this summer? Well, we're not taking the summer off. We're working hard. Teams cannot wait to deliver new games, new reveals, new news for you.
Pra quem não tá entendendo nada, putz, fiz besteira aqui, velho. Pra quem não tá entendendo nada, cara, ele, no lugar da geladeira dele, tá um Xbox One. É o Xbox Series X, que o pessoal tava fazendo memes de que parecia um refrigerador, que parecia uma geladeira. Então ele fez uma montagenzinha ali e colocou no lugar da geladeira o Xbox Series X. Muito da hora.
Live from my kitchen. I'm drinking non-stop drinks out of the world's fastest, most powerful fridge. We're moments away from a huge Inside Xbox. First, I want to let you know, a lot of people have been wondering, what are we doing this summer? Well, we're not taking the summer off. We're working hard. Teams cannot wait to deliver new games, new reveals, new news for you. So it's time to get hyped. You're going to see today the first ever Xbox Series X gameplay from our partners around the world. Damon Baker and Sarah Bond
vai ser a primeira gameplay no Xbox Series X
creative teams to the table. They're going to be joined by Jeff, Katarina, and Malik. Team Xbox coming in strong.
E ó, Major Nelson, rodou. Abraço, Arnaldo BK.
What's going on with Xbox Game Studios? You guys have 15 creative teams now around the world. You blew us away at XO19. You blew us away at the Game Awards.
Nossa, garoto.
We know you've got more. Of course we do. And with that, I want to welcome the head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, to tell us a little more.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, Matt Booty.
I want to start by saying that our first concern is really with the safety of our teams and, of course, their families. And that's why they are all working.
O Matt Booty, ele é o chefe dos estúdios da Xbox, beleza? O Xbox Game Studios, todos os estúdios, eles têm um chefe que está acima dos chefes de cada estúdio, que é esse cara aí, beleza?
On our great lineup of games. And so, we're excited that we will begin unveiling gameplay from our studios starting in July, including some from our newer studios like Double Fine, Ninja Theory, and Obsidian.
Whoa, Matt.
Que da hora, velho.
We might have left some off the list there.
Yeah, and Aaron, also 343 and Halo.
That's right.
Mano.
It's time to get hyped. Halo's coming, Halo Infinite, you've been waiting.
Cara,
World's most anticipated
que da hora, velho.
Mark your calendars, Xbox Game Studios.
Não, na moral. Major Nelson, se eu fosse o chefe do Inside Xbox, acabou pra você, irmão. Acabou. Aaron Greenberg, ele tem o dom da apresentação. Esse cara precisa continuar apresentando os próximos Inside Xbox. Ele é muito bom, velho.
World that are working on big surprises, big reveals for you. I could not be more excited. I can tell you we're going to work every week between now and then to deliver for our fans. But today we're going to put the spotlight on our partners and let them shine and show you what Xbox Series X gameplay look like. Let's have a go.
Então, galera, ele falou basicamente o seguinte: em julho vai ter um outro evento massivo da Xbox Game Studios com uma série de coisas da Microsoft, da Xbox propriamente dita. Hoje, nesse Inside, eles vão focar mais nos parceiros que estão ao redor do mundo, que vão estar dentro também do Xbox, mas não são produtos exclusivos da Xbox, digamos assim. Que coisa linda, garoto. Olha essa, putz. Olha essa abertura, moleque. Primeira olhada no Xbox Series X gameplay. Mano, tô doido pra ver isso. Todos os jogos que você está prestes a ver, eles estão sendo otimizados para o Xbox Series X. Beleza? Plays me apresenta. Galera, sempre que tiver aquele símbolozinho, esse jogo ele está sendo otimizado para rodar no Xbox Series X. Logo, ele está rodando na melhor versão possível do jogo. Ó, que foda, mano. Mano, esse é gameplay, velho? Caralho! Caralho, que isso, cara? Caralho, muito bolado, velho. Espada, moleque. Caralho. Parou o cara no ar, mano. Que é isso, garoto? Cara, que jogo é esse, mano? Mano, que jogo é esse, cara? Caraca, mano, Bright Memory Infinity da 5D Studios.
What you just witnessed was Bright Memory Infinite from Playism, created from the ground up by a single individual at FYQD Studio in China. Developers are using the hardware to achieve their dream.
Cara, esse jogo ele foi feito por um estúdio na China e esse cara aqui, ele representa o catálogo global da Xbox. Eu não consegui entender direito o que é isso. Eu acredito que sejam empresas parceiras, mas eu não sei, ó. Se eu voltar aqui, ó. Ele é o chefe do portfólio global da Xbox.
Developers are using the hardware to achieve their dreams and their nightmares in amazing ways, using the power to optimize their games the way they want. You know, higher resolutions, crazy frame rates, ray tracing, and yes, faster in-game load times. But it's also awesome to see the partner support for smart delivery, ensuring that fans only have to purchase the game once to enjoy it on whichever Xbox system they own or will own in the future. So, over the next 25 minutes, we're going to debut just a slice of the amazing next-gen games you can expect from our partners this holiday and early next year. And because we read the interwebs, everything you see here will highlight the in-game experience, with actual gameplay captured in-engine to give you the best sense of what to expect when Xbox Series.
Bom, galera, tudo que a gente vê a partir de agora vai ter sido capturado diretamente na engine do Xbox Series X. Outro ponto importante é que ele falou que a gente vai ter 25 minutos de gameplays a partir de agora, então provavelmente não é muito grande esse insight, pelo que eu tô vendo ali também no horário já tem 30 minutos.
Series X launches later this year. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the following dreams being powered by Xbox.
Vambora. Relaxa na cadeira, centra nas costas, relaxa e vambora. World Premiere. Capturado engine. Codemasters. A galera pirando achando que é Forza, cara. Os caras falaram lá no início que não era nada da Xbox, cara. Olha a Codemasters, mano. A Codemasters tentando fazer o Forza deles, cara. Que da hora. A Codemasters faz uns jogos de corrida muito bons, cara. Óbvio que não se compara com a Playground, mas a Codemasters tem muito talento também. Olha, Dirt 5, cara. Por essa eu não imaginava. Uma pegada mais colorida. Muito da hora, mano. Eita porra. Que parada é essa, velho? Xbox Game Pass, mano? Que isso, cara? Olha a qualidade disso, mano. Que isso, mano? É o jogo do Alien. Caralho, que parada é essa, velho? Mano, a qualidade é absurda, hein, cara? Que isso? Eita! Scorn. Tá bom, mano. Muito louco, hein? World Premiere. Scorn. Coisa doida, mano.
Together, we built order out of chaos.
Deep Silver.
Each trial, each tribulation, we have overcome.
Mais um jogo com Smart Delivery.
We live in an age of unprecedented.
Cara, que foda, velho.
We have prevailed.
Olha, moleque.
Thanks to her.
Nossa, tá louco, velho.
Let her ascension serve as proof of our righteousness. It is in her honor that we strive for chorus.
This ends with us.
Nossa, Corvus. Rise as One. Muito bolado, hein, cara? E tá ali o selinho ali, ó. Otimizado pro Xbox Series X. Muito bolado. Eu senti falta dessa geração. Alguns jogos de exploração espacial, de nave e tal. A gente só teve o No Man's Sky, que eu me lembro, assim, de nome, né? De peso.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for letting me crash the show. This is Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I hope all of y'all been staying home, staying safe, and playing a ton of video games together. But hey, I'm here because I have the privilege of telling you this. Madden 21 is coming to Xbox Series X, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's been a journey that's older than me, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it this year. Like they say, you have to know where you've been to know where you're about to go.
Bolado. Made NFL 2021, mano. Olha como é que começou, hein? Muito da hora, né, mano? Olha, mano, joguei muito, hein? Joguei muito Play 3 ali, velho. Xbox 360 também. Foi capturado no Xbox Series X, hein, mano? Sinto o próximo level.
There's loads of Madden 21 news coming soon. And the game isn't just about what you can see, it's about what you can feel. But here's the best news. When you buy Madden NFL 21 on Xbox One, you get it free on Xbox Series X. I'm looking forward to it, and honestly, I'm ready to just get back on the field. Enjoy the rest of the show and get ready to feel next level with EA Sports.
Interessante, né, cara? Ele fala um pouco sobre a compatibilidade, né? Se você comprar no Xbox One, quando você comprar o Xbox Series X, você vai ter o jogo grátis.
Sneak peek at Madden 21 optimized for Xbox Series X. I mean, that was awesome.
Essa é a chefe de parcerias da Xbox, cara.
And I lead partnerships for Xbox, which means I get to work with the thousands of developers and creators around the globe that are creating games on, with, and for Microsoft platforms. I just love my job because it's all about connecting creators and publishers with our fans around something that they love, games. And boy, have they been busy. They are creating right now games that are going to define the generation, experiences that are just going to blow your mind away. And I am thrilled to share with you that every major publisher worldwide is developing for Xbox. And we already have hundreds of games coming to Xbox Series X in 2021.
Olha, cara, inclusive a Amazon Games ali, que muita gente tem levantado a Amazon como o futuro concorrente da Xbox. A Amazon Games tá ali, ó, Games e o símbolozinho da Amazon. Olha a quantidade de empresa parceira que tem desenvolvido jogos, inclusive em conjunto aí com a Microsoft.
It has just been tremendous, guys. I have never seen partners as excited about Xbox
Parceria
and Xbox Series X as they are right now. So why don't we take a look and see more of the great games that they have been working on.
Cara, essa mulher ela tem que viajar pra Ásia, irmão. Fecha a parceria lá que já era. Mais um jogo de Smart Delivery. Night Falls. Nossa, vampiro, mano. Ó o bolado aí em primeira pessoa. Da hora, mano, mas eu te conheço. Bloodline 2. Eu acho que teve o Bloodline 1, mas eu não joguei não, cara. Desconheço legal essa parada aí.
Oh, Harry. What have you done? I've traveled so very far to find you.
Mais um jogo do Smart Delivery pro Xbox Game Pass.
How strange that your trail ends here. The very island of my dreams. When you left, I was withering away. But here, on this extraordinary isle, I dare say I've found my strength again.
Tá lindo, hein, cara? Não sei nem que jogo é esse, mas tá bem bonito.
I feel the call of something deep within. Whispers of things long forgotten. Will we be forgotten too? What did you find here, Harry?
Nossa, mano. Call of the Sea. Curti demais, hein, velho? Curti demais. Isso aí tá nos meus top mais esperados aí já. Que louco, hein, mano? Neon Giant Curve Digital. Tudo isso aí foi capturado no Xbox Series X. Mais um jogo de Smart Delivery. Esse não tá com o Xbox Game Pass, beleza?
This is a crisis supernova. The Ascent group has collapsed. We have a shot at true independence. I won't let it go to waste.
Pô, esperava bem mais, velho. Eu curto jogos nesse estilo, principalmente com essa qualidade gráfica insana, é absurda, né, cara? Mas pelo cinematic que tava rolando, imaginava uma coisa totalmente diferente. Olha a qualidade gráfica disso aí, mano. Que absurdo. Nossa, mano, que absurdo, que insano. The Ascent. Tá bom. Mais um World Premiere. Cara, é jogo atrás de jogo, mano. Xbox Game Pass. Olha que lindo, hein, mano? Que isso? Que bonito, cara. Nossa, Medium. The Medium. Nossa, hein? Chegando em Holiday 2020.
Hi. Hope you enjoyed the reveal of The Medium, our next-gen psychological horror game. We're very excited to announce that we're working on the project in cooperation with Akira Yamaoka, the legendary composer best known for the Silent Hill series. We'll have more to reveal soon, so stay.
Cara, eles estão trabalhando em parceria com uma empresa que eu não entendi o nome, sinto muito, mas é uma parceira que ela trabalhou com Silent Hills, cara, esse jogo de horror aí bem interessante, cara, e nada melhor do que uma parceira de Silent Hill, que é um dos maiores jogos de horror de todos os tempos, né?
Stay tuned.
Promete muito, hein, cara? Promete muito esse jogo, hein? Olha isso, velho. Olha a qualidade disso. Nossa, mano. World Premiere. Tem algum anime com esse nome que siga essa linha? Muito maneiro, mano. Systemic Reaction. Mais um shooter aí, FPS. Nossa, hein? Dinossauro, mano. Ah, não mete essa, cara. Olha, o Squad, mano. Será que é um Battlegrounds com dinossauro, velho? Que parada é essa, velho? Mate todos eles. Olha, segunda extinção, cara. Reclaim Earth. A Terra está sendo reclamada. Smart Delivery. Opa, Yakuza, mano. Nós sempre acreditamos. Uma reunião de família estava esperando, né? Era esperada, digamos assim. Não era esperada, mas deu pra entender. Agora o desafio dele. Precisa de um novo final. Ó, maneiríssimo, hein, cara? Yakuza Like a Dragon. Boladíssimo. Yakuza tem um estilo de luta meio Tekken, né, cara?
セガの名越俊弘です。いよいよこの発表ができる日が、参りました。シリーズの最新作であるヤクザライクアドラゴンを、Xbox シリーズ X のローンチタイトルとして、そして Xbox One や、Windows 10で、発売する。
Bom, chegando pro Xbox Series X, Xbox One e o Windows 10.
初めてこのタイトルを手にする方にも楽しんでいただきたいなというふうに考えています。ゲームの限界に挑戦する龍が如くスタジオの新たなる挑戦をぜひ見届けていただきたいなというふうに考えております。ヤクザライクアドラゴンをぜひよろしくお願いします。
I hope you all enjoyed this brief peek at just some of the titles we have lined up for Xbox Series X. This is just the beginning. And personally, I can't wait to get immersed in these amazing games. But until then, I'm just going to have to live out that fantasy via custom backgrounds in Microsoft Teams. How about I try out a few now? Maybe we'll go into the world of Scarlet Nexus, or maybe I could tear up the streets in Dirt 5, or, well, here's a quick view of Phil Spencer's home office. Oh, wait a second. We've got this inside look.
Aqui a gente tem uma breve olhada no home office do Phil Spencer, que é aquele jogo lá de monstros e sangue cenário.
At the next Assassin's Creed game. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the gameplay debut of the highly anticipated Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Xbox Series X. huge thanks to all of our partners for their hard work during these difficult times, and to you at home for joining us. Stay tuned to go behind the scenes with a few of the creators of today's lineup and hear more about their thoughts on the next generation of game development. I'll see you later this summer for even more content premieres and announcements from Xbox Game Studios and our partners worldwide. Thanks so much.
Bom, vambora, velho. Vambora lá. Finalmente a gameplay de Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Porra, nossa, mano. Parece a Florence The Machine, velho. Cara, a Ubisoft conseguiu criar o hype nesse jogo aí de uma forma que há muito tempo eu não fico no hype pra um jogo, hein, cara. Ó. Ubisoft, por favor, não me decepcione, velho. Nossa, tudo que eu vejo desse jogo é bom demais, velho. Ah, não acredito que vai ser só isso, cara. Ah, legal, mano. O Corvo, né, de Odin. Ah, não acredito que foi só isso, cara. Pô, esperava ver gameplay de verdade. Gameplay, né, cara?
We get to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla with its creative director, Ashraf Ismail, who's joining us from Montreal, Canada. Bienvenue to Inside Xbox.
Hey, Jeff. Pleasure to be here.
Esse é o diretor de criação de Assassin's Creed Valhalla, direto de Montreal, no Canadá. Montreal, no Canadá? Eu acho que é isso.
Did I just see new Assassin's Creed gameplay for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. That was directly from the game in all its Viking Age glory.
Let's talk about the Viking Age, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, these took place in antiquity. They were sun-drenched Mediterranean places, and this looks very different. It's different time, different place. So what do you have for us with the Viking Age?
Yeah, so the Viking Age, it's named after one of history's most notorious warrior cultures. And this time period is highlighted by the invasion of England by this very large, hungry Viking horde. And at the time, England was a dark age tangle of broken warring kingdoms. So this was an absolutely brutal, pivotal moment in history that gave us the birth of the England we know today. So players can expect to fully live the Viking fantasy in a meticulously crafted journey in an Assassin's Creed world.
All right, so let's get a little bit more into this. There was a lot to take in that clip that we saw.
Cara, esse jogo ele tem que ser 18 anos e ele tem que ser realmente brutal. Não tem uma comunicação de Assassin's Creed Valhalla que não fala que é brutal. Eu realmente espero que ele seja brutal.
I saw Viking longships. I saw some very mean-looking axes. Previously, we saw a hidden blade. So let's talk about some of the key new features that you're bringing to the table with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, so our hero, Eivor, is a Viking raider who's going to leave the snowy mountains of Norway for the...
Então a gente já sabe que o herói vai ser Eivor, não vai ser o Ragnar, como muita gente estava falando, mas eu acredito que vai ter algum Ragnar no jogo, sim.
Lush, rolling hills of England, propelled by the goal of settling their people and growing a thriving settlement. Now, England at this time is a hostile place. So to succeed, players will go raiding, using their longships and raiding party. They'll assault giant fortifications in epic battles. They'll have to gain alliances with kings and legendary Vikings, and they'll be faced with some very harsh choices as the leader of a community. Along with that, where we reinvented combat to be visceral, brutal, tons of enemy variety, dual-wielding weapons. We have a new, fresh take on player progression, gear, and weapon systems. We're effectively pushing every single envelope to deliver this incredible Viking fantasy.
All of this is just music to my ears. Thank you so much. So this whole show, we've been talking about the Xbox Series X. We're talking about next gen. So as a creative director, as someone creating a huge epic game, how do you take advantage of this new hardware?
Well, Assassin's Creed has always been committed to new technologies in order to push the most immersive experiences we possibly can. And so to have something like...
Esse cara, ele tá com resposta, tipo jogador de futebol que já tá treinado pelas relações públicas. Ah, você tá tirando maior proveito. Como você está usando esse novo hardware do Xbox? Assassin's Creed sempre foi comprometido a tirar o máximo de proveito.
Incredibly fast loading times means that we can remove some of that friction
voltar o Aaron Greenberg aí,
and create a game that's much more immersive. Norway and Dark Ages England are breathtaking living worlds. So to be able to push them further to their incredible potential, this is really wonderful for us. It's wonderful for our players. And additionally, I'm very happy to confirm that we are also offering smart delivery, which allows you to purchase the game once and play it on your Xbox One and the Xbox Series X.
That is great news, I think, for all the Assassins fans out there. They'll be able to enjoy it on the hardware they have now, maybe on the hardware that they are looking forward to getting later this year. Thank you so much, Ashraf Ismail, for joining us and for sharing the very first details on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I cannot wait to see more.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Bom, vamos lá, mano. Bolado demais, né? Mas é cinemática, velho. Eu quero ver jogo. Muito bolado. Odin. Esse trailer do Assassin's Creed Valhalla é muito incrível.
We have seen so many great games today showcasing gameplay for Xbox Series X. So let's go to Malik right now with Robert Karp from Codemasters to talk Dirt 5.
Agora a gente vai pra
just a few minutes ago you
falar de Dirt 5, né, cara?
Dirt 5, and I kind of was left speechless, but I'm gonna have to get it together here.
Diretor de desenvolvimento Robert Karp.
Everything right now we have Robert Karp, who is Dirt 5's development director, in the driver's seat to talk about what's next for the series. Robert, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Malik?
I'm doing great. Excited to dive into this. Now, Dirt 5, obviously the newest game in the series. Let's start with locations, because kind of the backdrop is kind of important for a racing game. So where are we going to be going in Dirt 5?
So you saw from the trailer, we had New York, then we went to China, and then we went to Norway. We've got lots more environments than that. Each of the environments are bespokely created based on real worlds for the tracks and the event types that we play in there. So for New York, for example, you saw us racing over the East River when it was frozen in winter, but you can play in New York in the summer and spring and autumn. And there you'll be able to race along Roosevelt Island on a couple of different tracks. That gives you a totally different experience. After that, we go to Brazil, we take in the favelas and Christ the Redeemer. We have tracks in Europe, in Italy, in Arizona. So there's really a really wide range of tracks with a really colourful and wide different colour palette that offer really interesting different experiences.
Super cool. I'm excited to see all the different locations, as well as how the weather's going to change. I'm personally a New York boy, so I'm excited to race in New York. But it is a racing game after all, so let's talk about some of the cars that we're going to be able to jump into.
We have one of the widest ranges of vehicles that we've had in a dirt game ever before. So you've got the rally cars that you saw some buggies in China. We also have sprint cars, which are really cool and interesting.
Bolado desses bugs, né, cara?
They only turn left.
Esses bugs de corrida é muito comum aqui nos Estados Unidos. Aqui no meu condomínio mesmo, vira mexe, eu tô andando, passa por 2, 3 aqui.
Oh, that's super cool. Of course, everyone's going to be excited for more, right? More cars, more different types of vehicles. That's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the experience when the players jump into the game. What are some things that veteran Dirt franchise players are going to notice, and what are some things that they're going to notice for the first time ever?
So I think jumping into the career, they're going to notice the kind of agency or the choice of the different events. But some of the new things that are due to the franchise, and one of the ones I'm most excited about, is 4-player split screen. So in career or in arcade mode, where you can pick your event type and your vehicle type and your time of day, how quickly the time changes and what the weather's going to change, you can play that with your friends. So on launch day, when you get your Xbox Series X home, you boot it up, You invite a few friends over, you can all race together.
That's super exciting. 4-player split screen, something that we always want to see because it's always good to have your friends around and play some games on the couch. So that's pretty cool. Now let's shift gears a bit into the career mode. Obviously, the Dirt franchise is known for the career mode and taking you through a bunch of different races. Can you talk a bit about the story there? And I hear Little Birdie has told me that there's a very dynamic duo in the voiceover booth. Let's talk about that as well.
There is a dynamic duo. So one of the things that I really enjoy about the career is the real world sponsors. So as you race, you'll sign up to real world sponsors who'll give you rewards and pay you to race for them. And talking you through that will be your mentor. He'll help guide you, give you tips and hints, and that's voiced by Troy Baker.
Greetings from the booth, everybody.
And there's really only one person to have as the protagonist to Troy Baker, who's the nemesis, and that's Nolan North.
Thrilled to be working with Codemasters on this, playing a very pivotal character, per usual. Also, you're going to see some pretty recognizable faces in this game, so you don't want to miss it.
Os caras profissionais de voz, os caras são incríveis, mano.
That's super exciting because one, I'm excited to jump into the career, but two, I feel like a lot of players are going to be happy about having both Troy Baker and Nolan North in the same video game, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Now, again, we're super happy that Dirt 5 is part of the reveal of the first gameplay for Xbox Series X. So let's talk about some of the things that we're going to see that are specific to Xbox Series X.
So Dirt 5, you'll be able to play at 4K at 60 FPS, but there'll also be an option for 120 Hz mode. So, you know, gamers know frame rate counts, 120 Hz in racing, that's where the action's at. On top of that, Dirt 5 will leverage the smart delivery technology. So you buy the game on Xbox One, you can play on Xbox Series X as soon as you get the new console.
Todos os desenvolvedores estão falando muito sobre o Smart Delivery que você pode comprar no Xbox One e você vai ter ele no Xbox Series X. Ele falou também que o jogo vai estar rodando a 120 frames por segundo, que é algo incrível. Mas aí eu fico com aquele questionamento, né, cara? O jogo que não tiver Smart Delivery, ele vai estar só no Xbox Series X? Pô, eu acho vacilo isso aí, cara. Até porque tem se prometido muito uma full retrocompatibilidade, né? Coisa que o PlayStation já anunciou que não vai ter nem perto. E a Microsoft tinha anunciado que teria, mas eu não sei. Então nem todos os jogos que vão ser lançados para a próxima geração terão no Xbox One X. É o loading mais rápido e tudo mais.
You're in there, you're racing straight away.
I love everything that you just said there. You buy the game, you get the best version for the platform that you own. You get in the game, loading times are a thing that everyone hates, so minimizing that is fantastic. And then you get to choose between 4K 60 and 120 frames per second. So that is pretty cool. Again, Robert, thank you so much for stopping by. I gotta say that I probably speak for everyone watching when I say that we're super excited to see Dirt 5 on Xbox Series X coming up this year. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we've already seen so many games so far, but the train's going to keep rolling, so we're going to throw it over to Katarina, who's with the Bluebird team, to talk about Medium.
Bom, agora acho que é a parte mais de entrevista, é isso?
And the Medium promises to keep us guessing and our hearts racing. Here to tell us more about the game is Jack, game producer from the Bluebird team. Thank you so much for joining us, Jack.
A carinha do Jack. A carinha do Jack.
Can you tell us more about this game and the Bluebird team approach to the psychological horror genre?
In our first psychological horror that was Layers of Fear, the main topic was what can you sacrifice for your family? Can you sacrifice yourself, or you want to sacrifice yourself for your passion to fulfill yourself? The second our game, it was Observer, and then the main topic, it was if I'm still human, if my mind maybe is digitalized, or if I have robotic parts, where is the line, you know, like in the body horror stuff. And in the Blair Witch, of course, there was a witch, there was the forest.
Então são dos mesmos desenvolvedores de A Bruxa de Blair, é isso?
The psychological horror stuff, it was PTSD. So for the medium, we have like two worlds in our game, real world and spirit world. We play as a medium that can see these both realities. So we can think like somebody can be a really good guy, but maybe inside it's not. And when you play as a medium, you have a really unique perspective to find out what is inside of other people or what happens in different places.
For the medium, we heard that you teamed up with legendary music composer Akira Yamaoka. Can you tell us more about that partnership and how that influenced the game?
Yeah, he's the best now, of course, for composing the music for Silent Hill series. And what was most important for us.
Bom, ele compôs as músicas de Silent Hill e ele vai compor as músicas de Medium. É um cara muito famoso da indústria que trabalha muito com composição e tal, e ele faz composições realmente incríveis, cara.
It was his work on Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 for most of our team is the best.
Em termos de ambientação, em termos de desenvolvimento do jogo, a parte sonora é uma das mais importantes. Eu ouso dizer que a parte sonora ela é mais importante, inclusive, que a parte visual. Se você tem um áudio, uma trilha sonora ali que te deixa envolvido no ambiente, fica incrível.
Game ever, and it's one of our main references when we think about atmosphere in the medium, because in one way his music is, heavy, disturbing, oppressive. And in another way, it can be nostalgic, emotional, and melodic. And to bump it up more, we cooperate, Akira, with our composer, Arkadiusz Rejkowski, that create our other scores for our other games, and mix these two approaches together to fill up our two worlds and our different points of view. So it was really great fun.
This game is really characterized by those two worlds. Can you talk to us more about the story and these two worlds and how the players can look forward to that?
Yeah, so you play as a Marianne, and she's a medium, and she can cope with this, that she goes, or that she can see.
Então beleza, a gente vai jogar com a Marianne, que é uma médium.
She's haunted by really one specific vision that she tried to solve. And she has some kind of a hint that the answers can be in abandoned communist vacation resort. It's like an old hotel. So she go there, and then she need to, find out how the vision is connected with this place and what dark mystery is there. And there two worlds came up because our real world and our real world setting it's Poland, late 80s, Krakow. Krakow is a very important city for Poland history. It was a city of kings. And it's, of course, city of Blueberry. We have company here, we live here, we love the city. And, it's a free Poland in that time. But because in the 80s and before, we live under the regime, communist regime, and there was no free of speech. Everything was censored. And when you play as a medium, you have this.
Você nem dizer que a mídia vai sabotar esse jogo aí, né, mano?
To see even further the normal people because you see the spirit world. And spirit world is like dark mirror of our world, when all your anger, urges, secrets are reflected there. So it's also hostile world in some way. So only medium can solve some puzzles, some mysteries, and survive that kind of encounter.
Horror is really a genre that can really take advantage of some very immersive gameplay. What are some of the Xbox Series X features that the Bloober team has harnessed to make sure that you can deliver this epic next-gen title with the medium?
Yeah, of course, first of all, it's the horsepower is the hardware. So having that powerful stuff as a foundation for our game, it's awesome because we spent a lot of years to thinking about this game, how we can fulfill our dreams about it, but we have a problem with the platform. Everything we thought it's too weak to fulfill our vision. But then Xbox Series X came up and we thought, yeah, this is perfect match for us.
Bom, ele falou que as plataformas atuais estavam limitando o desenvolvimento do jogo porque eles queriam colocar uma visão mais aberta, né, mais ampla. E que as plataformas atuais, que o Xbox One X, né, o console em 4K absurdo, estava sendo limitante, estava sendo um fator limitante que o Xbox Series X agora permitiu, falou, agora a gente pode fazer o que a gente quer. Que é o cavalo de força, né, o hardware.
Creative and do the game as we want it. And the second most important stuff is the seamless gameplay, steady FPS and no loading screens, because you have immersive horror cinematic experience. and you have 2 worlds. You can travel between them. You can travel between the levels and the whole story, and not having any, you know, loading screens and any FPS drops. It's like awesome. And of course we use Xbox Series X.
Nossa, cara, que interessante, velho. O console vai precisar procedurar, digamos assim, 2 mundos, porque você vai precisar transitar entre esses 2 mundos. E aí ele fala da gameplay, da importância do FPS e tudo mais, que quando você transita de um mundo para o outro, você não pode ter quedas de frame e tudo mais para a gameplay poder ficar mais imersiva, né, cara? Ele tá desenvolvendo um jogo de horror cinematográfico imersivo, então ele precisa que rode muito bem, né, para que a gente não perca essa imersão. Muito interessante, velho. A ideia desse jogo é bem interessante.
In many different ways, but I will leave this maybe more for the future, so stay tuned, guys.
Ooh, mysterious. I think I speak for all the fans when I say that I'm super excited to play the medium when it launches on the Xbox Series X. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jack.
Also, thank you very much.
I want to give a special thank you to all of our developers from around the world who pulled out all the stops to share this first look at Xbox Series X gameplay with all of you today. It's also great to see how many developers are taking advantage and leveraging things like smart delivery, really putting our fans first. And of course, we're doing that with all of our Xbox Game Studios titles. And as I said, we're not taking the summer off. Today is just the beginning. It's time to get hyped because in July, it's Xbox Game Studios world premieres, reveals, lots of news.
Cara, eu tô muito ansioso pra julho, cara. Esse Inside Xbox, como já foi reiterado várias vezes pelo próprio Aaron Greenberg, é apenas o início. Está na hora da gente ficar hypado pra julho, cara. Acabou, né? Bom, galera, esse foi o Inside Xbox de maio, né, velho? Agora eu tô muito ansioso pro Inside Xbox de julho. Em julho eles estão prometendo aqui, cara, o hype máximo. Beleza? Espero que vocês tenham curtido. Desculpa não ter conseguido fazer a transmissão. Infelizmente o mundo tá vivendo um caos. A gente não conseguiu fazer live aí, cara. Tava com muita perda de quadros. O vídeo vai ficar totalmente zoado. Eu preferi gravar. E eu já tô upando ele agora pro canal, beleza? Tamo junto, um forte abraço. Valeu, falou, é nóis.